What's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Game 7, Milwaukee Bucks versus the Brooklyn Nets that just happened this past Saturday night. Whew. What a game. What a game from our Milwaukee Bucks. The Deer District should be proud of what we did this past Saturday night. What an outstanding performance of heart, determination, and grit by your Milwaukee Bucks to win on the road, hostile environment, game 7. Let's get into it. I can't even believe I'm still in shock at how this game went. Like I'm just I mean, like I was literally in front of the TV like this far away because this game was just nip and tuck back and forth. Oh my god, what a game. I mean, like this. What a game. Like I said, I was standing in front of the TV. Like it just like every play mattered so much. This is what playoff basketball is about, what we watched with the Brooklyn Nets versus Milwaukee Bucks. It was physical. Every turnover mattered. Every bucket mattered. Uh, the stars came out to play when they needed to most. Like it was just so much ebb and flow through this game and different momentum shifts. So like, you know what we do first, ladies and gentlemen. First, comment, subscribe, share. You know the routine. But you know what we do first? We look at that plus minus because that lets us know why we won the game. So let's get into that real quick. So the Bucks won 115-111. But if I just want you guys to first just look how tight this game was down the stretch. So first quarter, we got 28-25, 25-22. The Bucks' best quarter to make up the deficit from the first half was the 7-point spread in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, 1 point. And then if you see in overtime, there's a total of 8 points scored with 6 by the Bucks, what led to this win. Like this was a very tight game, ladies and gentlemen. Like this was a game that you definitely appreciated watching, like everything that everybody put on the line here. So like let's just go through the plus minus. PJ Tucker was a -4, but he did pour in 11 points, which any bonus points from PJ Tucker, because he's more of a defensive specialist, are huge. Giannis was being Giannis. Woo! 15 of 24 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. And most impressive is the 8 of 14 from the free throw line. And the reason that is because he started off 1 of 5, and then he started getting some a rhythm starting in the second half shooting free throws. Even though 8 of 14 isn't great for Giannis, from where he was to where he got in this game was awesome. And those 2 threes he hit were at timely points in the game where they kept us in the game or gave us a little cushion from Giannis. So again, I don't condone Giannis shooting threes, but he did hit a couple of timely threes at those junctures in the game. He also added 13 rebounds, 5 assists. He did have 3 turnovers, but he was a positive 6 with a whopping 40 points in the game. Middleton, he played awful in the first half. He played awful. He couldn't buy a bucket. He could not buy a bucket turning the ball over. He played terrible in the first half. But what I will say to his credit, in the second half, he did play better, and he hit some key buckets down the stretch. We got to start giving Chris Middleton his flowers for being able to hit big shots. He played terrible this game, but in the fourth quarter when we needed it, Chris Middleton hit some crucial buckets down the stretch in this game. The little turnaround mid-range, like he reminds me of almost like Sam Cassell, what he gave to the Bucks with that mid-range game that Chris Middleton is displaying right now for the Milwaukee Bucks. He hit some timely shots down the stretch in this game. He did shoot poorly, 9 of 26, 2 of 7, but 2 of his threes were actually timely. But in this type of game, I'm guessing all shots are timely. But he was 2 of 7 from 3 of 3 from the free throw line, had 10 big rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals. The 5 steals were crazy because he was actually playing in a lane. Like Middleton looked like a defensive player in game 7. Like he made some outstanding defensive plays in that game. Like I was very impressed with Middleton's defense, even more so than his offense, because he made very, very timely defensive plays in this game. Even with the poor shooting, he was a +3, and he did give us 23 points. Brook Lopez played solid, played big, made a big block down the stretch in this game. Brook Lopez played 46 minutes too. Also want to add that Giannis and Middleton played over 50 minutes. Lopez played 46, was very efficient. 7-11 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 4 huge blocks, 19 points, +2. Holiday also shot terrible. He was awful in the first half, absolutely atrocious. He couldn't hit a boat with water. It was a terrible performance by him in the first half. But he also, in the fourth quarter, when we needed him most, he hit a big three, a big mid-range shot. Like, he came in clutch when we needed it from Drew Holiday. But again, he did play terrible. 5 of 23 from the field, 2 of 9, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He did have 7 rebounds, 8 assists, only 1 turnover, which is key, but only 13 points. We're going to need more from Drew Holiday and more consistent from play from Drew Holiday as we move into the next round going against the Atlanta Hawks. Drew Holiday is going to have to play better going against somebody like Trae Young. Do you guys agree? And to those of you who thought that we were going to lose to Brooklyn, so I'm very happy with the performance by the Bucks and their plus minus and what they did in this game. Actually, we can also look at real quick here too. Let's just go back just to go look at Brooklyn's plus minus no reason to go into detail. Everybody was negative. Even though Kevin Durant went ham on us, had 48, he still was a -4. And Kevin Durant is one of the greatest offensive players I've ever seen. That man has no flaws. Every time you shoot the ball, it looks like it's going to go in. He played miraculous against us and very valiant, even though they were shorthanded with an injured or a hobbled James Harden and an injured Kyrie Irving. This man did all he could. He played pretty much every minute. He played 53 minutes. He poured in 48 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Like, an outstanding performance. Harden did play valiantly as well with 22 points, but a lot of that damage was done in the first half. He didn't really do too much in the second half. What I like to talk about in this game is, though the Bucks were victorious, we could have easily lost this game. And how we could have lost this game is the shot that Durant hit to send the game to overtime. Actually, if his foot was just slightly smaller, he would have hit a 3, and we would be talking about the Nets advancing to the next round. It's that close sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, just by a hair. Literally, I mean by a hair, that Durant's toe was on the 3-point line that made it a 2 instead of a 3, which gave us a chance to go to overtime and pull out this game. And this was a war of attrition because everyone was tired. You just saw everybody's hands on their knees. Like, this was a war of attrition. And for us to pull through in this type of tight game without the proper coaching and support from coaching and just being able to look within themselves and do what they needed to do to win this game is very impressive by the Bucks. It's very impressive by the Bucks. Like, we got to give them credit. We already know their coach is trash. I'm not going to argue with y'all about that. He's trash. That's it. He's trash. All right. I'm not about to argue with y'all about that. He's trash. But even with that, the Bucks put on a great performance. They showed a lot of heart. The Bucks and Giannis down the stretch, taking it to the rack, the rebound and the defense. We bit down. This was a prideful win by the Bucks. They wanted it on the road. What? All these commentators thought the Bucks was gonna get smoked. Ha! Got him. We're here now. Fear the deer. Bucks fans, be proud of what your team did the other day. Please be proud. And know moving forward, we can get to the finals. We can win a championship. These are the type of performances to prepare you and propel you to those type of climaxes in the NBA as far as winning a championship. These are the type of performances that get you there, where you can look back and if the game gets tight, you can be like, hey, we've been here before. We can do this. And this was a galvanizing win for the Bucks, I feel like, moving forward. I feel like we're going to give Atlanta some smoke. That's just my personal opinion. I think we're about to give Atlanta some smoke. I don't know what you guys think, but I think we're about to give Atlanta some smoke. I know that they're feeling good about beating the Sixers, but we're not the Sixers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be clear. We're not the Sixers. I want us to enjoy this win, but we got work ahead of us, Bucks fans. We have work ahead of us. But again, this was a great performance. Our big three came in huge when we needed them most, which was in overtime and then late in the fourth quarter, where Middleton, Holiday, and Giannis all made big plays. And it was different going. What we have 3 against 1 because, to be honest, Durant didn't really have that much help. Harden had some slick plays in the first half, but besides that, it was really the Durant show. They were really just kind of giving him the ball. ISO, do what you do. And he ran out of gas. That's really what saved us. He ran out of gas because he had to do so much. And people like PJ Tucker that need to get credit. Yeah, but he had 48, but he worked extremely hard for those 48. Those weren't just easy buckets. He was getting layups and lobs. He had to work to get those. And by the time it came to overtime, he was worn out. From the great defense from Chris Middleton, the great defense from PJ Tucker, the rotations, there wasn't a lot of just wide open, easy looks for Kevin Durant. He's going to always get his. I always try to keep him in the 30-point range. That's going to gives you a better chance of winning. But we were able to survive his 48-point game because we didn't allow the others to beat us. People like Joe Harris, people like Bruce Brown. We didn't allow the others to beat us. We were able to contain the others and just allow one person to really go crazy on us, and we were able to pull out the victory. You never want anybody to go crazy on you like Durant did, but in this format, it was good that it was just him, because then that means we're controlling as far as defensively the others, and that's what you need to win the game. That's really huge on winning the game. Just like nobody really did anything in Game 7 as far as off the bench besides Connaughton. Connaughton was the only person to really do something off the bench. He had 9 points. Nobody else had points off of the bench besides Connaughton. I really like Connaughton as an X factor too in the Atlanta series because of his energy, his 3-point shooting, and defense. And then also I want to show y'all this too. There's a couple tweets. Follow me on Twitter, Amara_Logic. But let's look at these couple tweets real quick that I had out here. There was some interesting stats that my boy Am Martin sent me. I figured out to retweet it because they're interesting. If you see here, look, Pat Connaughton, his 3 3-pointers is the only bench player to score on either team in that Game 7 win. That's crazy. He was the only person to score bench points. And how huge were those 9 points? Another interesting stat. Chris Middleton, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals, back-to-back games. We got to start giving Middleton his props. He does some weird stuff sometimes, but he comes up big. He does come up big when you need him. That's 5 steals, back-to-back games. That's super impressive from Chris Middleton. Super impressive. Middleton is doing his 1-2 in this series. He really came to play, even though he played bad. Like I said, in Game 7, he hit very timely shots when you needed them most out of Chris Middleton. And then another interesting stat that really helped us in this series too, because we don't defend the 3 well. This stat here is huge reason why we won the series to me. Joe Harris shot almost 50% from 3 during the regular season. In the playoffs, in this series, games 3 through 7, he shot 24%. Holiday shot 24%. Giannis shot 26%. That is a huge feather in our cap that we were able to contain Joe Harris. Him hitting 3s would have changed the momentum and a lot going on in this series. So kudos to the Bucks for being able to contain Joe Harris. Giannis shot better than Joe Harris from 3. That'll let you know all you need to know. So I feel like those are very telling stats that kind of let you know the direction that this series went. Even though this was a really tight game, this is probably one of the best games I've seen this year, low key. Keep it a buck. This is probably one of the best games I've seen this year. It was really nail biter. There's a lot on the line, and both teams are playing hard. And that's all you can ask from these teams. Both teams play hard, but we won. I feel good, ladies and gentlemen. I feel good. Comment, like, subscribe, be charged with me. Let's talk about these Bucks. Eastern Conference Finals again. We will right our wrongs from the past Eastern Conference Finals. You will see a better Bucks team fear the Deer District. You will see a triumphant Bucks team. That I assure you, and I will be your guide along this journey of your Milwaukee Bucks winning the NBA championship. Do you believe? I believe. Do you believe in your Milwaukee Bucks? Have they shown you that they want it? They've shown me. I believe. And I hope while you're watching these videos and me breaking down what's going on, that you are starting to believe that the Milwaukee Bucks can do what we all know they should be able to do, which is win the NBA championship. Period. That's what we want here. Fiserv Forum deserves a fresh banner. Giannis, Drew, Middleton will be the ones to do it. You heard it here first. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. This is my recap analysis of the exciting and phenomenal Game 7 recap of the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Brooklyn Nets in the Eastern Conference semifinals, which the Bucks won and will be headed to the Eastern Conference Finals to face the Atlanta Hawks. Let's go, Bucks. Fear the Deer. You know the time. What time it is. Go on.